All right, family, before we get into the rest of today's show, listen, nearly 75% of you all are not subscribed to the channel. Listen to me again. 75% of you all are not a part of the E3 community. And we are literally just expanding in the areas of abundance, wellness, and freedom. And that is the main focus of this year. So listen, if you're loving some of the content, you may not watch me every single week, but if you could just hit that subscribe button and be a part of this family, there are some extra perks that comes from just subscribing. We're giving out discounts in the AO store. We're having events solely just for the community, and you will get an email with the discount code and the VIP code and all the special things that's going on. So please hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on podcast, and I promise you, it's going to be amazing. When we hit 1 million on YouTube, I'm giving away a luxury quality used vehicle to one of my E3 community members on July 1st of 2025. So listen, hit that subscribe button and let's get back to today's show. God bless.
So more money you get, the more devils you're going to have to fight. But too many people out here are buying way more house than what they can actually afford, and it's killing their finances. If you can't afford to put furniture in it, then you can't afford the home. Because half of the people who advertise all this luxury stuff, they're renting these cars, they're leasing these cars, they're drowning in debt. Sometimes, y'all, being cheap actually costs us more money, more time, and more headache. And I'm back in school because I do not want to suck. I want to be one of the best to do it in the financial field. And I knew that I needed more information. One thing I've had to remind myself on a constant basis is keep your lifestyle the same, even when your income increases. So many people are spending money they don't have to impress people who do not care. A lot of my friends have been buying houses. One of my most recent friends that I sat down with, and again, I asked him, I want y'all to know, I did ask for permission without revealing who they are, where they live, what's going on, even hinting to where they are. But this is something I told them. They just bought a $1.2 million home. And so I'm thinking when I walked in of the house, it's gonna be laid out. Y'all, a $1.2 million home, about 7,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms. And y'all, when I walked in, they were house poor. They were house poor. And I told them, I said, man, I get it. Owning a home is a part of America's dream. Owning a beautiful home at that, it's just even better. But too many people out here are buying way more house than what they can actually afford, and it's killing their finances. You got this huge house with a huge mortgage, but now you can't even afford furniture. Now you can't even afford to turn on the lights in certain areas. Now part of your house is hot, the other part of your house is cold, because during the winter months, you can't run a heater because you're scared of that gas bill. But you got this beautiful house, the pull-up game is wow. But then when you get inside, it's like, whoa, wow. You're struggling to pay property taxes and maintenance costs. You're living paycheck to paycheck just to keep up with your home, not with the Joneses, but just to keep up with your home, because you bought based on emotions, not logic. So instead of for investing or saving, all your money is tied up in the house. I remember when I bought my first house, I was debt free. And I had just proposed to my ex-fiance at that time. And so I was like, yo, I gotta do it right. Boy, I gotta do it right. I'm about to be a husband in these streets, son. She beautiful, she fine. I gotta do it right. She was about 15 years older than me too, so I was like, yo, I gotta show her. I may be younger, but I'm still a man. So I went out there, found me a developer, and I built a custom home. A custom home. The very first piece of real estate I've ever purchased, I built a custom home. Acre lot, out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you. I turned it into a smart home. Some of you all, if you've been following me for a while, you all have seen it. It's a beautiful home. I got into that home 3 months later, single, because our engagement did not proceed forward to marriage. And when I got into that home, I was like, man, this is a beautiful home, but it's just too much house for me. And as I evolved and as I matured, I said, man, I should have got into a duplex. I should have got into a home to where I live on the right side and I rent out the left side. I should have maybe started off with a townhome, like for $150,000 and then grow and evolve from there. So that way I wasn't house broke, but I had too much house for just me. For just me and the income of where I was at. Yeah, I could have just got a townhome. And that's honestly what I did, y'all, if you follow me. I actually sold that home about 2 years after living in it for about a year and a half, I would say, about a year and a half. I sold the home and I moved downtown into a townhome, downtown Nashville, and got a townhome. Because here's the solution. I want you to buy a home you can comfortably afford. Man, my mortgage payment on my home in Tennessee was actually very comfortable. It was like maybe $1,500. And then when I moved downtown to the townhome, it went down to about $1,250, $1,300. Super affordable, right? But I had a strategy. Go down on mortgage on the down cost of home, buy me some rental properties. So that way I can have wealth streams coming in. There's nothing wrong with living in a home with the strategy on how do we build wealth. Do not buy a home that you know you just cannot afford long term. If you can't afford to put furniture in it, then you can't afford the home. I'm not saying that every room, every inch of that place needs to have furniture. No, but when you walk into your home, you should be able to enjoy coming home and not being stressed about the place where you lay your head. Which leads me to number 2. And this is something that I have to remind myself, is we got to stop trying to impress people. On one hand, we often hear people say, hey man, who cares what people think about you? Well, in certain businesses, somewhat like mine, it does matter what y'all think about me. If you don't think that I'm practicing what I preach, if you don't see that, man, being debt-free can actually be cool and sexy, then you're not going to be attracted to me. Because let's be honest, we have a lot of other people out there who are advertising the Lamborghinis, the Rolls Royces. Hey, man, come make $1 million so you could drive something like this. And for a while, I had to find the balance, right? I was just actually talking to my mentor, Pastor Lee, about this. I got to find the balance of how do I expose you to what you can do in this space without it coming off bragging with me trying to impress you, like, look what I got. Because I think there is a balance, right? And put it in the comment section. What is that balance that you all would like to see from people like myself, people like a Dave Ramsey? What is that balance you all want to see of exposing you to what we do have to show you what you can have, compared to using that? I think that's it right there though. But using that to draw you into something that I know you probably can't do. Because half of the people who advertise all this luxury stuff, they're renting these cars, they're leasing these cars, they're drowning in debt. But what I have really learned is a lot of people really do not care about the Gucci belt, the Louis Vuitton bag, when your bank account is screaming help. I think if we all put on a name brand, and if we all had to put our bank account number on our forehead, I think a lot of us would be looking at people saying, wow, you got on a $3,000 hoodie, but you don't even have $1,500 in your bank account. Wow, you got a $10,000 purse, but you don't even have $5,000 inside your bank account. Wow, you're driving a $300,000 car, but you don't even have $100,000 invested. Because so many people are spending money they don't have to impress people who do not care. I love nice things, but when I see people with name brand stuff, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna take them even more serious. No. I'm not impressed because you got on a Louis Vuitton sweater. I'm not impressed because you got on a Gucci jacket. I am not impressed. Would I give you a compliment? That looks nice. Absolutely. Absolutely. But what sense does it make to afford, to finance, to have a luxury car, but you're struggling to afford gas? You're driving a Rolls Royce, you're driving the BMW, you're driving a Range Rover, but every time you go to that gas tank, you're stressed because you're dropping $100 on gas. Someone came up to me the other day and it was like, man, dude, bro, you got the truck. You got the truck. I said, yeah, I got the truck, bro. I got the truck. Yeah, it's nice. He was like, bro, I want one. Oh, man, it'll be so great. The pull-up game will be dope, huh? Pull-up game, dope, huh? I said, man, the pull-up game is pretty dope. Yeah. He's like, you only got to get an oil change once a year, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, probably about 200, 300. I said, no, try about 2,000, 3,000. Say what? His wife was sitting right there. Should have him. I wish I could have recorded that because he said he wants it. He said, bro, I almost bought it. Then when I told him that the price of maintaining it once a year, his wife was almost like a TV. Like it zoomed in on the face. She was like, and you want that? I told him, I said, bro, I didn't get the car until I was able to afford the yearly maintenance on that car. Because the cheapest my yearly maintenance will ever be is about $2,700. 1 year it was $5,000. When I got to change the brake pads, it's going to be more. It's going to be more than $2,500. I'm praying for that day. Like, God, take your time. But we got to have an understanding that, man, the cost to look good needs to make sure that we're not stressed about it. Like, why are you buying the latest iPhone, but your savings account is empty? You're flexing on social media, but your bills are overdue. You go out every single weekend, but your credit card debt keeps growing. You'd rather look rich than actually be wealthy. And at the same time, we want to pray and ask God for more. Well, we won't listen to the financial wisdom that he's giving us to get more. So how do we fix this? It's simple. We got to stop trying to impress people. Focus on building real wealth, not just looking like you have it. Because some of us look like we have it, and then we are exposed when the time comes for us to go home to be with the Lord and our family is struggling. Wait. I thought he had, but girl, he was driving, but girl, he had this and he didn't have no life insurance policy. He didn't have an estate plan. What? So now we got a GoFundMe account because you financed the BMW. It's not okay. That's not okay.
Here is the truth. I am always looking for practical ways to help you build, wealth, specifically generational wealth and legacy. And one of the best ways you can do that is with life insurance. That's why I partner with my friends at Ethos. They made buying life insurance simple and hassle-free. Whether you're the main provider for your family or want to make sure your loved ones aren't left with financial burdens like debt, life insurance is a powerful way to provide financial security. As a business owner and a homeowner, I took this seriously and secured a $2 million life insurance policy through Ethos. Why? Because having a peace of mind, knowing my family will be cared for when I'm no longer here, is extremely priceless. What I love about Ethos is their quick and straightforward process. You can apply entirely online in as little as 10 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating. I did it myself. Listen, no medical exams, just a few health questions that you must answer honestly. Plus, it's affordable, making it easier to protect your family without breaking the bank. Listen, I want you to lock in your rate today by visiting anthonyoneal.com/life insurance or click the link below to get your personalized free quote today. Listen, as we're getting back to the show, I want you to protect your loved ones. Don't play around with it. Be like me. I promise you. It's a hard conversation to have, but you will sleep peacefully knowing that you took care of your family. Go to anthonyoneal.com/life insurance let's get back to the show to help you keep building this wealth.
Here's one thing that I think we all got to really understand. We got to stop being cheap, instead of smart. Okay? Being frugal is great, but being cheap, that's a whole different problem. You see, when you always go for the cheapest option, you end up spending more money in the long run. Cheap clothing can sometimes wear you out, not wear you out, Lord Jesus, could wear out faster and cost you more in the end. Cheap appliances break down quicker. Trust me, I know. So you spend more on repairs. Cheap food might save you money today, but it will cost you so much later that night, and especially on medical bills because of food poisoning. And so what I've learned to do over the years of evolving, because if I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all know I used to be the cheap guy. I ain't spending money on that. I ain't doing that. But then I started realizing, instead of me buying, because I bought a Louis Vuitton backpack for $1,500, right? I was buying these small, cheap backpacks for like 25, 30 bucks. And I would go through those year after year. And I'm spending all this money. So I just went ahead and bought me a quality backpack 5 years ago. And to this day, it is still quality. No scratches, it's no breaks on it, no nothing, because I paid for quality. So I don't need another name brand backpack. I've received 2 of them as gifts. I got a Gucci backpack as a gift. And then my best friend gave me a Christian Louis Vuitton backpack, right? And so I switch out between them. But it's like the backpack that I purchased, man, I bought quality. I bought a quality car. I bought a quality home in a quality neighborhood. I buy quality food. I purchase quality things to make sure that it lasts. So this way, if I make the good investment up front that may cost me a little bit more, that's fine. I have to worry about replacing it. When I redid my kitchen, I bought a quality appliances that when I leave, whenever I sell this home or rent it out, the people who buy it or rent it, they won't have to replace nothing because of the quality of that car. I'm redoing my washer room, and I'm putting quality into it. I redid my bathroom. I put quality into it. I didn't go cheap, because I want to invest into it up front so that way I can get a long period of time before I have to invest into it again. So sometimes, y'all, being cheap actually costs us more money, more time, and more headache. Buying quality, investing into quality, yes, will cost us more money up front, but it gives us peace, joy, freedom, assurance, and just a state of, okay, all right. All right. Here's something that man, I think a lot of us do, and we got to get better at this. We have to get better at this. And I'm gonna try and kind of ride the line there. Number 4, getting a degree that you will never in your life use. Now listen, I am not anti-college. In fact, I'm actually in school, completing my executive MBA. I just recently finished my bachelor's, and I'm in school for a long period of time now. I'm in school getting my executive MBA. With the emphasis of church management and economics. And then in January, I will start my PhD program for finances. Not only am I in school completing my degrees, but I'm also a professor at Virginia Union University teaching consumer economics to the undergrads, which is a required course. So I'm not anti-college. I'm anti-wasting money on degrees you do not need and that you will not use. Pause. I hear some of y'all saying, Anthony, you don't need a degree. I don't need a degree to make money, but I do need this degree to evolve and to impact more lives. You see, too many people take out massive student loan debts for degrees that they would never actually use. Then they spend decades paying them off. You see, you might pick a major based on what sounded good, but not what made sense financially. Maybe you went to school because your parents made you go to school, but you weren't ready to go to school. So you got a degree that you will not use because it's not something that you are passionate about. You racked up $100,000 in student loan debt, but you make $40,000 a year. You're a parent that's telling your kid you have to go to college, even if they don't know what they want to do. You're forcing them to go to college. You're forcing them to take out student loans to get a degree that they do not even know they want to have or they want to use in the future. So now they have a degree because of mama and daddy, not because of themselves. You went to college because everyone else is doing it, not because you had a plan. I went to school because my mom and dad said, you got to do something with your life. And the best thing you can do with your life is go to school. And I went to school and I wasted money. I ended up having to drop out of school because of poor decisions. But now that I'm back in school, because I know who I am, because I know who I'm called to, because I know what my assignment is on this earth, when I get in class, I'm excited about class. I'm excited to learn because this is helping me grow in a field that I want to be in. And here's the truth. I don't want to suck in my field. I want to be one of the best to do it. When you look at your Dave Ramsey's, when you look at, your Tiffany Budget Nistas, when you look at your Susie Ormans, when you look at that financial space like your Lee Jenkins, I want to be in the name. And I can't be in the name if I do not have the education and if I'm not continuing to evolve. So I went back to school on a scholarship. Now, I'm not borrowing any money. I got to pay for the fees, but I don't have to pay for tuition. And the truth of the fact is, not everyone needs to go to a 4-year university. You can go to a trade school to get a certification. So you did all of that. Now you're drowning in debt and your degree is not even helping you. That is a horrible ROI. You invested $100,000 into a degree for what? To say that I have a degree, but that degree has not helped you get a job, help you get a career? It hasn't helped you impact lives, impact a business. My degree is going to help me impact your life even more. It's going to help me go into churches. Watch this, Anthony. Well, you're talking about you got an executive MBA. So yes, it's a master's in business, but it also has an emphasis on church management, right? So now with my degree, watch this, I get to go inside of churches and help them figure out ways to produce and generate income outside of tithe and offerings. So when churches can take the weight off of you paying tithe and offerings and start focusing on helping you get better at home, because I'm helping them invest into the stock market, come up with some endowment funds, get into, the real estate to generate income for the church. Maybe we create different programs that generates money for the house. Now the bills and everything being paid that has to be paid is being paid by outsource. Now they can invest into a stewardship pastor that comes into your church that teaches you how to get out of debt, that teaches you how to invest properly, that teaches you how to start a business. Now the stress is on helping you become better. When you become better, now you want to give more, you want to tithe better because the church now is helping you, not rather than asking you to give so they can pay bills. So my degree that I'm getting is helping you in the long run, because then now I can still help you from the consumer end, but then on the back end, I can go inside of churches and help them come up with the game plan that's where their tithe and offerings is not the only source of income that can help them survive and live and do ministry. Now we can create a stream over here for income, and we can create a ministry that helps you get out of debt and build wealth. So then now, man, I'm over here slipping over my own words, man. So now I'm getting passionate about it. Let me calm down. So then now You're home, you're debt free, you get all this information from your church. Now you want to give more. And it's because, it's not going to be for all churches, but it's because Anthony O'Neill went back to school to learn how to best serve the community and also how to best serve the church. And y'all, I'm super excited about it. I'm a different man because of that. And you will be a different person. Is if you're back in school and you're getting the education, whether that's a trade school, 4-year college, university, etc. If you're back in school getting the education that's going to help you become better. I interviewed Darius Daniels one day. I said, man, why do you read so much? He said, because I don't want to suck. I don't want to be last. And I'm back in school because I do not want to suck. I want to be one of the best to do it in a financial field. And I knew that I needed more information. Here's the fifth thing that's keeping us in the middle class. Lifestyle inflation. This one right here gets me. Y'all, I've made more money within the last 6 years I've ever made in my entire life. And if I'm being honest and transparent and vulnerable, sometimes I made some bad decisions with those finances because of the inflation of money. When my money grew, I said, oh man, bump it, I can do this. I remember, I think one of the craziest things I did, if I'm being honest, was I took a private jet out of the country. It cost me a whole lot of money. I could have used that for someone's salary. I could have hired someone on my team. I could have put that back into investments. But my friends like, yo, we're going to do this. Let's do it. And so I had to drop some money on this private jet to go out of the country. Now, don't get it wrong. The experience of flying private out of the country was absolutely amazing. It was amazing. And I will do it again. But at that time, I should not have done it. Did I have the money? Yes. Did I have to borrow the money? No. Did I put it on the credit card? No. When I came back home, was I stressed because I spent the money? No. But just because you have it doesn't mean you need to spend it. And the truth of the fact is, a lot of us are making good money. You're earning 6 figures. You're bringing home great paychecks. But a lot of us are still making broke decisions. Why? Because every time you make more, you spend more. Some of us got a raise, you upgraded your car. You started making 6 figures, now you're eating out every single night. You paid off one debt, you signed up for another debt. You're buying a bigger, fancier, newer, but not saving a dime, no margin. The more money you make, the more you spend, and now you're trapped. One thing I've had to remind myself on a constant basis is keep your lifestyle the same, even when your income increases. Well, Anthony, that makes no sense. If my income changes, shouldn't I enjoy that income a little bit? Absolutely. 2025, if you get a pay raise today, do not change your lifestyle until 2026. Keep your lifestyle for the next year. And I promise you, if you keep your lifestyle for 12 months after you've gotten an increase, by the time you get to the 12 months, you're going to be like, I don't know. I don't need that. We got to stop buying things just because we have the money and just because they're on sale. Listen, buy it, okay? Buy it. Buy it. Buy it for 50% off. Oh, it's 50% off. Okay, wait. But you still spent 50% of the money. So you still wasted 50% of your money. A sale is not a sale to you if you can't afford it. A sale is a sale to them. But a sale to you is if you can afford the product. But if you have $500 inside your savings account only, and there's an object, or there, not an object, there is a opportunity to purchase something at 50% off, which will cost you $250, but all you have is $500 inside your account, that's not a sale to you. That is you wasting $250 of your money, leaving you $250 inside your bank account. Now you're stressed. Now you look good. You got the particular thing that you wanted, but now you got to figure out, how do we make more money? Sales can make us feel like we're actually saving money, but you're actually spending more money. And when I say more money, as far as you're spending more of your money, okay? You justify unnecessary purchases because they were a good idea. You buy things you never actually use. Your house is full of clutter, but your bank account is empty. How many of us can go inside our closet and probably count up $1,000, $2,000, $3,000? Some of us can count up $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 sitting inside of our closet, but our bank account has zero. Boy, I need to turn that into an image. That's a good Instagram post right there. $20,000 in the closet, and show a closet, and then put $5 inside a bank account. Discounts don't make you wealthy. Discipline does. Discount does not make you wealthy. Discipline does. I'm going to leave that point right there. Where's my scripture for today? I'm going to end the show right there. Right there. Right there. Discipline makes you wealthy, not discounts. I'm going to put that, you know what? As a matter of fact, if you're watching this live, put in the chat right now, discipline will make me wealthy, not discounts. Discipline. Woo! I'm going to Matthew. Discipline will make me wealthy, not discounts. Boy, I'm going to keep saying that until I find this scripture. Discipline. Matthew 25, verse 21. His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Well done, my good and my faithful servant." Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with the $50,000 job that I've given you. You have been faithful with the $100,000 job I've given you. You have been faithful with the income, with the resources that I have given you. And because you have been faithful with the 50,000, I'm going to give you 100,000. Because you've been faithful with 100,000, I'm going to give you 250,000. Because you've been faithful on that job that I know was giving you hell, that was giving you a headache, and you did not want to go there, I'm going to give you the job and the career or the business of your dreams. Because I can trust you. And when I give that to you, I want you to come and share it with the world. Share it with your friends. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Warren Buffett said, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. My God, my God. Are your kids going to be sitting in shade because of the seeds you planted today? Is your family going to be sitting in shade when you die because of the seeds you planted today? I don't know about you. And it's time for me to go to the crib. If I had an organ, I would tell the organist to start playing my track. Because I don't know about you, but my family will not only be in the shade, but my family will be happy. Not only will my family be sitting in the shade because of the decisions that I made, ooh, that rhymes, but they'll be sitting in the shade with apples falling from the tree. Ooh. Not only will my family be sitting in the shade because of decisions that I made, but my family will be able to invite others to the shade because of the decisions that I made today. Will your family be sitting in the sunlight getting a tan, an unnecessary tan, because you refuse to plant wealth today, because you refuse to plant a seed today, because you refuse to plant a life insurance policy today by going to eat those? Will your family sit in the shade, or will they be burning in the sun because of the lack of decisions that you made, or because of the decision that you made? Which one is it? Which one is it? I would encourage you to go back and watch this show again. I got to teach my class here in an hour and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. This is going to be our year. I'm just changing. I'm switching up, and I hope you all see what I'm doing, what I'm putting out here. It's going to be a great one. I'll see you in the next show. Peace out.